Good afternoon, one and all, and welcome to part 2 of Murder on Eridanos, the second DLC for the Outer Worlds. I'm broadcasting later in the day than I typically do, as you know, and that's because last night we had a great time.
In the event you become trapped in a space with one or more waspitos, try standing still. Just kidding. You die long before a waspito grew tired of stinging you.
Oh, that's nice. Well, we'll just mute that for now. Had a great time last night. I hope you didn't miss my broadcast last night, because if you did, well, you missed a bit. We finished Resident Evil 3. Great game. Had a blast. And then the chat wanted me to play Doom Eternal, since we had ended the broadcast early, or otherwise it would have ended the broadcast early. So I played a bit of Doom Eternal without realizing that I was as close to the end of the game as I was. It's a short DLC, guys. Like, I did a 4-hour live stream the day before yesterday, the day the DLC dropped, and I was one mission before the final boss, which we did yesterday. So we got to meet the Dark Lord yesterday, and I hate him. I hate him with a passion. I hate everything about him. Well, I don't hate the way he looks. He looks cool, but I hate the way he fights. I hate the boss encounter. I hate how it's repetitive and it's just annoying and stupid, and it's just face is awful. I just hate it. But I did it, and I finally beat the Dark Lord. And then afterwards, I was on Twitter just reading all of these other Doom Eternal players and their reactions to the final boss for the Ancient Ones Part 2, or the Ancient Gods Part 2. And yeah, I'm not alone. I'm happy to say that I'm not alone in my visceral hatred of the Dark Lord as a final boss encounter. It was annoying. It wasn't fun. It was just over and over again and repetitive. He was like one of those Marauder guys on steroids. But I mean, I do feel a little bit of an accomplishment, a sense of accomplishment having defeated him, because he was just that awful. I mean, I did have to put the difficulty all the way down to please don't hurt me. At least I got through the entire rest of the game on Hurt Me Plenty. I did. But I had to put it on please don't hurt me in order to beat the boss. Anyway, I didn't expect to beat 2 games, essentially, yesterday. Resident Evil 3 and the rest of the Doom Eternal. So we had a late night, and it was a wonderful night, and so many of you showed up, and it was great. But I was exhausted. Like, I fell asleep last night, completely tuckered out. And I woke up just, like an hour ago. So here I am, ready to go again. We're doing some Outer Worlds. All right, let's see if we are live on Facebook and YouTube. And there we are, we're on Facebook. Good to see Matthew, Tony, Joe, Robin, Dominic, Marcin, Amanda. Robin says, love Outer Worlds, have fun. Thank you, Robin. I love Outer Worlds as well. Amanda says, I'll have to catch this one later. I've only just started watching the first part. I'm super behind. Love you all, guys. Love you too, Amanda. And no worries, the replay will be live on YouTube and Facebook soon. Cody says, is there a oh yeah, hurt me more daddy mode for Doom Eternal? I'm sure there are probably mods for that. If you're into that kind of thing with demons and zombies, but who am I to judge? Right, let's get YouTube up here. Where was I? Yeah, Facebook. YouTube, right. There we are, and we're live on YouTube. Let's pop that chat out. There we go. Now I can see you side by side. And it's wonderful to see all of the members and regulars and Patreon subscribers on YouTube today. Gemma the Tea Lady with a gold derby, Jocelyn Ryan, Edward J, Alt Grendel, Weird Beard with a gold derby, Tony J, Ryder Wheeler, Josh Bunton with a gold derby, Alt Grendel Lane Berry, so good to see each and every one of you. Michael Mosky in the chat says, "Hey Ox, I missed the last 2 weeks of streams, which have been a bummer, but here is some penance." Well, thank you very much, Michael Mosky. Very kind. No need. I'll take your penance, and I'll put it to good use, buying more scotch and more cigars. John Doe says, "Where can I get my ox thongs?" Asking for a friend. Well, sadly, the line of ox thongs have run out. They were just too popular to keep up with demand, so you'll have to get your thongs elsewhere, I suppose. Then Chininator says, "Hey Oxhorn and the Oxsets." Hey there, Chininator. Always wonderful to have you back on the program. All right. Let's get to the game. Let's solve this murder mystery. VS Chosen says, "Can we do the final boss of Doom again?" No. 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 I mean, like, just no. I'm not doing that boss again. That was just, ugh. And the last round, too.
Mosquito stings have been known to cause auditory confusion before death. So if you cannot understand this message, that may be why.
The last battle was just tedious and repetitive, and then you get 3 good shots in and he's almost dead, but then he gets 1 hit in on you and fully heals himself, and you got to start all the way over. Ugh. Josh Bunton says, "I'm drinking some Rizzo's Purpleberry, known as Welch's grape juice, and I have to work soon." Well, Welch's sounds delicious. Actually, it doesn't. I'm not a big fan of grape juice personally, but I'm glad that you're enjoying yourself, my friend. All right, so in the last broadcast, we learned that they had released the mosquitoes, and we had to get over there. But looks like this is on the way. Sapling. Wait, the wrecked picnic was there? I don't remember the wrecked picnic being there. Well, let's talk to this guy.
"You don't know how grateful I am to the morale improvement program. Changed my life."
Oh, there it is, stuck to his neck. Disgusting.
In the event you become trapped in a space with 1 or more mosquitoes, try standing still. Just kidding. You die long before a mosquito grew tired of stinging you.
All these guys have suckers on their necks. Looks like there's not much over here, so we can head straight to the quest marker. I'm getting lots of ammo. Hey, wait, what's this? Oh, that's where we came from. Right. Oh, that's right. We also need to collect... We need to collect different colored bottles of the vodka.
Did you know that mosquitoes will persistently chase an opponent for miles on end? At Rizzo's, we value the dogged work ethic these noble insects display.
A sublight thug. Purpleberry liquor. Nanner spank. Spectrum vodka red. There's one down. We need one of each color, though. There's the picnic. That's another Spectrum vodka red. Let's see if there are any bottles at the picnic. Red. Purpleberry wine. Black. Hey, quest updated at the end of the spectrum. Yes. Hold on a second. Let's go to the journal. You need all 8 variants of the Spectrum vodka. You found black, yellow, and red. Okay, so I need green, blue, indigo, and violet, and orange. Green, blue, indigo, violet, and orange. The storage warehouse logs mentions shipments of Spectrum vodka were discovered to the Purpleberry Nut Hut. The vendor may know where they ended up. The Purpleberry Nut Hut. Black, red, red, red. All right. That's Nanner, Spank, and Retro Rockets. All right, well, let's continue with the quest marker.
Mosquito venom sacs release the chemical, patent pending, name withheld, that makes a single sting up to 12 times more painful and deadly than that of organic wasps.
Okay, well, there they are. The wasp-mosquito boxes are open. These were all closed earlier. Caution, pollinization swarms. But, I mean, I'm not seeing a lot of wasp mosquitoes, to be perfectly honest. They kind of gave me the impression that the wasp mosquitoes were going to be chasing me down the orchards and trying to devastate me here, but Are they only on the other side of this force field? I think that's a yeah. I think they're probably on the other side of the force field.
Mosquitoes. Even their hives look menacing.
Laugh! I said laugh loud! I just wanted to make you smile!
Timeline discrepancy detected nearby.
Reminder, mosquitoes are aggressive pollinators who have been known to be extremely territorial.
This multi-purpose tool would be nondescript anywhere else, but here there's something strange about it. We can scan the chemical makeup of the multi-tool.
Tool is comprised of 99% plastic, 0.5% steel, and 0.5% carbonated sugary beverage. Trace amounts of kerosene, alcohol, hydrazine, and liquid hydrogen also detected.
This particular arrangement of substances doesn't mean much to you, except for the fact that none of these substances could be found anywhere near the orchards. Whoever brought this here came from somewhere else. We can inspect the casing. The casing is pockmarked and scratched. It's been well used. We also notice an inch-long steel panel haphazardly nailed to its side. To learn more, we could pass a strength check, which I can't pass a dexterity check, which I can't pass, or pass an engineering check of 65, which I can pass, to construct a lever to remove the panel. We collect a nearby rod of metal and sliding it beneath the panel, push down on it until the panel comes free. As it falls away, we see that it was hiding a slug logo. We can conclude the examination.
What did you find, Cap?
Lots of options. Let's see. Well, it's likely that whomever released the wasp mosquitoes was a slug employee.
It seems our mettlesome inquiries may have touched a nerve.
Either that, or someone trying to frame a slug employee. Cody Nixon says, "Don't kink shame me, lol." I had no intention to. If that's what you like with your Doom Eternal experience, who am I to judge? There's some foreign substances on the tool. This thing didn't originate in the orchard.
Then we've got a new lead, as it were, though admittedly a flimsy one.
Hive control, home screen, hive status active. Warning, a pollinization cycle is currently in progress. We can check for recent activity. Warning, the system has been illegally accessed by a person or persons not employed by the Rizzo's Corporation. Brute force to trigger an unscheduled pollination cycle was used to override this device's protocols. Protected records and documents may be compromised. Caution is advised. We can check messages here. Greetings, error, token not found. Your credentials are out of date or never existed, displaying only outgoing messages. From M. Chen to H. Lawson, subject real funny. Hilda, generally when two coworkers get blasted out of their minds on Spectrum vodka, and one of them makes a joke about how wild it would be if someone put wasps and mosquitoes together, he doesn't wake up the next day with a promotion and a couple 100,000 rabid insects on his back porch. I can appreciate a good joke as much as the next guy, but I got a message earlier today about making sure I increase quarterly yields, and it wasn't from you. If you wanted to, I don't know, bail me out sooner rather than later, I'd be most obliged. Morris. So the origin of wasp mosquitoes came from a drunken bender, but somebody took him seriously. And the next one from M. Chen to H. Lawson, subject, bail me out. Hilda, I'll put it bluntly, this place is one bad key press away from total disaster. Earlier today, I just accidentally selected the begin pollination cycle function on this terminal. The cycle just activated. No password protection, no confirmation message, nothing. As it so happened, there was a scheduled tour making its way through the orchards at about that moment. Somehow that idiot groundskeeper's exterminator mechanicals got activated, giving the wasp mosquitoes something to sting that wasn't the tour group. Those people barely got away with their lives, and I don't think we'll be so lucky next time. My supervisor has apparently scheduled me for some kind of standard medical treatment. But when I come back, we know what kind of medical treatment he's gonna get. But when I come back, I better have a message from you apologizing for not responding to my messages and containing an immediate transfer to somewhere that isn't here. I've had enough. Who's to bet that the tone of his next email is completely different? Subject, apology from M. Chen to H. Lawson. Hilda, I reread my message last night, my last message to you, and I feel I owe you the deepest and most heartfelt of apologies. I have been such an entitled boor since I received this promotion. In reality, I should have been thanking you. To oversee the day-to-day coming and going of creatures as majestic as these wasp mosquitoes is a great honor. Congratulations on your promotion, by the way. I would have thought I'd be mad, especially considering how central my wasp mosquitoes were to your new promotion. But since that treatment, I've found it difficult to stay mad about much of anything. I hope you enjoy Byzantium. Regards, Morris Chen. Predictable. Oh yeah, we can abort the pollination cycle. Recalling wasp mosquito swarm to the hive.
No active mosquitoes detected outside of the hive. The pollination cycle is concluded.
All right, so we're safe.
Unsealing all orchards gates. Surviving workers may now return to your stations.
Oh, I can't.
Just a wild stab in the dark. But I'm guessing somebody doesn't want us finding out what happened to Ms. Helen.
Just a wild stab in the dark there, Parvati. Oh no, I want that wide-brimmed hat. 150, 150. Lockpick. Oh, I've got skill points to spend. Cool. Well, hold on. Let me see if I've got an outfit that I can put on. That's stealth skills. Lockpick +5, yep. Lockpick +10, yep. 47. $48, $49, $50. So let's get hack up as well. I think I'm gonna need a lot in hack. Automechanical detection range, -30%. Sweet. 4 points left. This next one is also at 80, isn't it? Yeah. Lock picking speed is increased to be nearly instant. Cool. Almost. All right.
Dang, that's impressive.
Skill bonus long guns. I didn't really need that, but. All right. Is that rum and something? I need more bottles of Spectrum vodka. Hey, Spectrum vodka yellow. Yeah. I need orange. Oh, wait, I had yellow, didn't I? Yeah, I had yellow. Okay. I need orange, green, blue, indigo, violet. Jeez. Well, let's see what else we can find. How many workers died? Oh, God. Could we have even saved the workers? I heard screams, but I'm not finding any bodies. Andrew says, hey, Oxhorn on Facebook. Hey, Oxhorn on Facebook. Love to see it. Let's solve a mystery. Thank you, Andrew. Let's solve a mystery. I'm excited. Wow, no bodies. Oh, wait, here we go. Here we go. At least they died happy. Really happy. Okay. Now we need to go back there to turn in a momentary taste of Purpleberry. But there are a couple over here. So let's do them. Oh, this is that maze we read about.
Something's bumming me up real. Trying to... I just want to be your friend. I see now.
Your life was merely an illusion anyway.
Oh yeah, that's funny.
Everybody okay?
Now this guy was bonkers. You alright, Parvati? Max is the most badass character in this game. I love him.
You're fast.
Tilleritos. Spectrum Vodka Red. Yeah! Wait, did I have that one ready? I keep forgetting which one I had. I'm just getting excited about Spectrum Vodka. Spectrum Vodka, the new Nuka-Cola. I had it. I had red. Doggone it. I was all thrilled. Alright, so this is the beginning of the maze. What lies inside? Probably some Spectrum Vodka. At least I'm hoping so. Man, now I want a collection of Spectrum Vodka. How do we get in this thing? How do you get in the maze? Ah!
A hedge maze. Perfect metaphor for Halcyon. Running around in circles, never getting anywhere, and dead ends everywhere you turn.
Welcome to the Rizzo's Purpleberry Puzzle Hedges, trademark. Grown on top of Industrial Sludge Pit 27C, these unusually tall purpleberry trees have grown lush, luxuriant foliage and are literally bursting with extra specially piquant purpleberries. As you wander through our winding maze, feel free to try a fresh purpleberry right from a branch. Maybe you'll discover our next new flavor. Limit 1 berry per customer. Do not try any purpleberries outside of the puzzle hedges. Some visitors have speculated as to the presence of a treasure at the end of the maze. While Rizzo's has placed nothing like this in the puzzle hedges, we still encourage you to explore to your heart's content. Should you experience dizziness, faintness, or simply get lost among the hedgerows during your exploration, please do not try to contact Rizzo's personnel. Simply shelter in place and rescue will arrive within 72 hours, guaranteed, excepting unplanned shutdowns and any other times deemed inconvenient by management.
If you get lost in a hedge maze, shelter in place. All right, guy. Samuel the Lawyer Hutes.
I've already told you 6 times, and I'll tell you 6 more. I don't want a fucking tour! You can badger me all you want. I don't care if I'm from Forest Mills. I'm here as an individual, and I have just as much right to be here as any other visitor. You're welcome to bring a lawyer if you really want to try to force me out, but I can guarantee you that I will bury them.
Wow. So do you scream at every single person who approaches you, or am I special?
Don't play dumb with me. How many of you fools have I spoken to by this point? 7? 17? Wait a moment. You have all your teeth. You're not soaked in filth, and you don't look quite as slack-jawed as the regular Rizzo's staff. Are you not with Rizzo's?
What gave me away? Ooh, so we can bribe him by passing a lie check of 45. Or we'll intimidate him to get a payment. Well, we could say, what made you think I was a worker? Couldn't I be another visitor to the orchards?
Between the lockdown and the fiasco at the Grand Colonial, there are more interesting places for the average colonist to be. Which leads me to believe you're no average colonist. Regardless, please inform me if you'd be interested in a job. I've spent enough time out here that I'm starting to itch. I do not enjoy itching.
Well,
I'm sure you have questions.
Yeah. Well, let's go down the lawyer route. You said you're a lawyer? What are you doing all the way out here?
When the going gets tough, the lawyers start going. Some farther than others. I've been a junior lawyer for coming up on 20 years now. And quite frankly, I'm getting old. Hopefully, there will be enough legal kindling out here to fuel my firm for a while longer. And if I find that kindling, I stand to finally get my raise.
Okay. You said you work for Forest Mills?
I do indeed. Specifically, I'm their general counsel. Forest Mills, if you somehow don't know, owns Tile, Wentworth, Dock Rocket, and 24/7 Furniture. We're something of a big deal.
We're kind of a big deal. You mentioned working together?
I did. You see, Rizzo's has been advertising a contest in the puzzle hedges. Whoever gets to the center first gets a bottle of the first Spectrum ever made, the Spectrum Original.
Ooh.
My interest, however, lies with the associated promise, the chance to attend the Spectrum Brown unveiling and meet Halcyon Helen.
Interesting. We can pass a perception check to say Helen's dead, but Rizzo's hasn't formally canceled the contest.
Indeed, you are a savvy one. Rizzo's can no longer make good on their promise, which means this entire contest is one big fraud case. All I need is a single piece of evidence. With the Spectrum original bottle, which is located in the center of the puzzle hedges, I will have all I need to sue Rizzo's for all they're worth. That's where you come in.
I kind of want to keep the bottle for myself, though. Can I keep it? Why would Rizzo's give one of their original products away for free?
I don't know if you know this, but Rizzo's is on the outs. They're losing power and losing money. This was no doubt a desperate bid to regain some lost clout. That, or their marketing team is particularly spiteful. You know the saying, I'm sure. Why work for a promotion when sabotage takes half the time and a quarter of the effort?
This universe is awful. Why does Forest Mills want to sue Rizzo's?
Technically, I sue not on behalf of Forest Mills, but for my own benefit. In arbitration, it might be difficult to argue that this contest is designed to slight Forest Mills. However, as it so happens, if my lawsuit takes a chunk out of their savings, then I can collect while also damaging their capital. It's a mutual win. I make millions, Rizzo's falls further from the board's good graces, and Forest Mills products look that much more valuable compared to Rizzo's trash.
Jeez. I'm not sure I understand why you need my help. It's just a maze, isn't it?
Navigating the maze is normally no easy task. Rizzo's has no interest in giving their property, however old, away for free.
Getting lost and running into dead ends? We've had lots of practice.
I'm glad you're feeling confident, but this maze is deadly by design. And if that weren't enough, Zimmerman and Navarre don't want anyone sneaking away with their prize. The place is mined and rife with murderous mechanicals.
Oh, great. Is anyone else trying to get the Spectrum original?
2 buffoons, but persistent buffoons. There's that woman from Glacial Age who has perhaps never had an original idea in her life and hopes to pass the original off as her own. Then there's Navarre, who is strange. I suggested I give her the original after my lawsuit if we worked together, but she wouldn't hear of it. It must be hers alone, it seems.
Like the Sierra Petravita of the Spectrum vodka? All right, I'll get your prize.
Excellent. I look forward to finally being able to focus solely on legal matters. Oh, and keep an eye out for competitors. Odds are they'll be looking out for the original as well.
Claim the Spectrum original.
I'm glad you're back. The sooner I gain your assistance, the sooner I can leave these miserable outdoors and return to my temperature-controlled office. I'm sure you have questions.
About the job.
Has there been any progress?
Looks like that's
well,
about
don't
it.
consider my offer too long. The longer we wait, the more we stand to lose.
Okay. Left or right? Or the other left? Tell you what, I'm going to do a quick save right here. I hate mazes. I'm going to do a quick save at the beginning. Oh.
My word, stranger, you sure gave me a fright. I thought you were one of those strange sorts heaving all over the place. Maybe they got a bad batch of Purpleberry wine. Since you don't seem to be laughing maniacally or projectile vomiting, think you could do me a favor? I'm trying to come up with a new name for a Glacial Age product, but the creative side of things just isn't my area of expertise. Do you happen to have any ideas?
Oh, I can't pass the lie check. Oh, to get some money out of it. Is wandering through hedge mazes asking strangers for product advice a pastime of yours?
Hey, just because I'm in a hedge maze doesn't mean I'm not on work time. So what do you think about helping me out?
I guess I could try.
Great! Don't worry too much about getting it wrong. If the high-rungers hate your idea, I can always just blame it on an intern. So, the company I'm with is Glacial Age. Our products usually have a finer ring to them, and the product I'm trying to name is a vodka. Take your shot.
How about Rainbow Ice Vodka? Or what do you think of Volatile Vodka? Could appeal to the Hammersmith crowd. Or Distilled Dreams by Glacial Age, if you want to seem real uppity. And then on second thought, maybe it's better you keep thinking about it. I don't want to lock myself out of this choice, but I also want to see if I can get more money, and I might be able to do so if I put on some different gear. So I'm going to decline for now, try to put on some new clothes, and talk to her again.
Haven't made any headway so far, but I'll keep trying.
I get the funny feeling you're not just here to sightsee.
Hell no! Who'd sightsee in a place like this? I've nearly stepped on 3 landmines, and I just had to crawl through a hole in a hedge to keep myself from being crisped up by a mechanical. When you hear the word maze, do you typically think of instant death lurking around every corner? Because I sure don't.
Gonna take a wild guess, seeing how you're in this maze. You want to reach the center.
Close. I want what's in the center. You've heard of the competition, right? Whoever gets to the center gets a rare Rizzo's product and the chance to meet Halcyon Helen? My eyes on the rare Rizzo's product, namely the Spectrum Original, the first product Rizzo's ever made. I intend to reverse engineer it and make it Glacial Age's own.
I'd say that just reworking someone else's old idea is ridiculous and pointless, but that seems to be what passes for innovation these days.
Ooh, this is dandy. I was not expecting any feedback from field testing before I'd even created the product. I'll be sure to jot that down for future reference. All I need for my prototype is the original itself. Then I can start production.
Isn't stealing the original to make your own project kind of dishonest?
Dishonest? I've only ever heard that word used in that arbitration serial Lawful Labelle. Rizzo steals, Spacer's Choice steals, Auntie Cleo steals. And so, if Rizzo's decides to release one of their original products for anyone to take, then it's Glacial Age's right to swoop in and be proactive.
I'm not saying why you want my help.
It's these damn puzzle hedges. I don't know what I look like, but I reckon it ain't like a scrapper. That place is fit to burst with mines and killer machines. No doubt the work of my rivals. Better no one can get to the original if they can't have it.
You're not the only one seeking this product, right?
Reckon not. I've seen a couple of folks as out of place as, well, me. One's a lawyer. You can tell by the smell of cigarettes, booze, and tears. Must sense there's a lawsuit to be found with the original. On principle, I don't want him to get it. Also, ran into a woman with a funny look in her eye. Plain told me she wanted the prize so she could stick it on a shelf.
Yeah.
Hell's the use in that.
I can respect
Shelf ain't
that.
gonna help nobody.
Oh, I can't promise to get it for all of them and then make a decision later. Julian Z says, Ox, make sure to go down the other path a bit for more dialogue before committing to one path completely. Okay, will do, Julian. Well, I guess I'll tell her I promised to give it to someone else.
Looks like the others are getting a little more aggressive. I know it's asking a lot, but maybe you could find it for me instead? Help out a struggling R&D developer?
Okay, so it looks like I still can turn it into her. Good luck with that.
My, oh my. Wouldn't it be wonderful if a freelancer could help rescue me from my horrible plight?
I feel like you're a long way away from Glacial Age offices.
Hey, when a body hasn't contributed to her R&D team in what feels like months, she starts to pursue any leads that come her way. I tested into this job, same as anyone else, but there was a malfunction with the testing equipment during my final assessment. Makes me think that maybe I wasn't cut out for this. No matter what the scores say, it ain't easy for me to make things. Only had a few successes, like little cysties, pustules that pop, or my no-muss, no-fuss biodegradable bullets.
Little cysties? Pustules that pop? What is wrong with Obsidian, man? Cysty pigs? Little cysties? Jeez. Oh, we can lie and say, biodegradable bullets, love those. All the firepower, none of the evidence. Eventually.
What? You know about those? I mean, that's great. Always figured my products were niche. That is, unpopular, unknown, and unprofitable. Nice to hear it ain't always so.
Goodbye. All right, let's put my dialogue skills gear on so that we can pass that check. Do I have a dialogue hat? That's intimidate. Perception. Ooh. Persuade.
I was hoping that by the time you came back, I'd have a better idea for my product name. No luck, unfortunately. Hi there. Nice to see you again. You forgot? I'm here to make a new product for Glacial Age R&D. All I need for my prototype is the original itself. Then I can start production.
Oh, I don't get a chance to give her a name again? Oh, man.
My, oh my. Wouldn't it be wonderful if a freelancer could help?
Oh, well. This way. Right. Well, Julian says make sure to go down the other path a bit for more dialogue before committing to one path completely. All right, well, we know that there's a robot mechanical that way. So let's do what Julian suggests and try exploring down one of the other paths. Remember, we learned that there was at least one other guy trying to get a hold of the bottle of Spectrum Original. And this person appears to be a collector. I would prefer to give it to a collector who just wants it to collect it, because I can respect that, than somebody... There she is. Scalina the Collector Navarre.
Greetings. Have you brought your auto-mechanical to the service technician lately?
Sneak and intelligence. I can't pass it. Sneak and intelligence. 105. I mean, it was on my list of things to do soon.
I'll bet. Judging by this exchange, I presume you are not the person I was waiting here to meet.
Well, how do you know I'm not?
You're not covered in a layer of dirt, fertilizer, and self-loathing. Listen, I don't know you, so I'd rather keep my admissions to a minimum without the presence of legal counsel. I was waiting for someone to give me information about these hedges. That's as much as you need to know.
And much, much more than we wanted to.
I take offense to that. I think.
Oh, I get it. You're after the prize in the center of the hedges, too.
Shh, not so loud. Ah, damn it. I guess you already know.
It's not that big a
I am
secret.
indeed looking for the prize. You've caught me.
I mean, the prize is even mentioned on the audio tour outside. It's not that big a secret. You're not the only one looking for the Spectrum Original, I imagine.
No. There's a bottom feeder who sees an easy payday connected to it, but he's hardly worth considering. I also briefly engaged with an optimistic young woman intending to use the original as a springboard for upward mobility. Better than letting it rot, but still not ideal.
If finding the bottle won't let you go to the unveiling, why are you here?
What interest have I in an unveiling? I don't watch much in the way of serials, and crowds only make it easier for people to get behind you. I'm after the Spectrum original itself. And not to drink. Have you noticed that there's no trace of anything the corporations have done in the past? In fact, this contest for the original is the only time I've ever seen a corp refer to a prototype product not currently on the market. And why isn't it on the market?
Now that you mention it, that is a little strange.
Indeed. And it's happened before. Seems the Corp are trying to hide their past failings. Anyhow, it's valuable to me to collect that which might inform future generations.
Well, sorry, I already agreed to get the Spectrum original to someone else.
Did you now? And how do you know the others aren't secretly Rizzo's agents who'll stab you in the back and take the bottle the moment you turn away? Give me the original and your actions will actually matter. I can promise you that.
Okay.
Think fast. Never know when someone will come out of a bush, bolt or pistol at the ready. Keep your voice down. Never know who might be listening.
Right. So who exactly are you?
Nobody of consequence. Think of me as an archivist. I collect that which the corporations have dismissed as failures and try to sweep under the rug. Take the recalled Spacer's Choice Powerhead. It was a shotgun shell on a stick, apparently supposed to be used like a spear. Had a tendency to ream the user's torso with buckshot.
Okay.
Corps don't want the common man to know about screw-ups like that, which is why I keep my actions decidedly in the shadows.
You mentioned a prior Orchards contact?
I did. Someone I paid to inform on the orchards after I heard murmurs of a prize here. For security reasons, I never learned much about my contacts. All I knew about this one was that they were a groundskeeper. But the one here is either senseless or acting very well. Presumably, whoever I was in contact with was lying. Or they were found out and hurled off the side of Eridanos. It's a risk of the business.
All right, goodbye. Well, since I'm in a hedge maze, I think I'm going to switch to a shotgun. Right. Well, I thought she was just a collector because she likes collecting, but apparently she's got more political motives in mind. But then again, she is trying to save all this information for future generations. So...
Unexpected noise.
Here we go!
Searching for... Sanitation and cleanup required.
Everyone all right?
I got a bottle of Spectrum Blue. I am so gonna get turned around. I'm gonna get lost. Ooh. Wow.
Understood. I'll keep my head down.
Let's get further back this time. Sorry, Parvati. Jeez. Sorry. Okay, I came from there. There's this. I mean, I don't want to go in the direction it's telling me to go. What's the point of a maze if they've got these big fingers saying this way, this way? I mean, it's probably where I need to go, but I kind of want to explore around a bit. I'm also kind of intrigued because part of the prize is getting to meet Halcyon Helen, but Halcyon Helen is dead. Does that mean that part of the prize is to be murdered?
A fight on our hands.
No hard feelings, okay?
What even? Okay, so these are all pointing us to the center of the maze. What a stupid maze! I've got these fingers pointing you to the center of the maze. Why would anyone do that? Especially Rizzo's, which is presumably trying to keep people from finding the center of the maze. There it is. That's the center.
Over quickly. Me?
Ah!
I just want to be your friend. Don't you forget me. You're my joy. Here you I'll show you happiness. Not gonna let I just wanted to make you smile!
Yikes, those guys. Freaky. Spectrum vodka yellow. So I need orange, violet. I've got brown, black, yellow. Man, I'll have to look again. Alright. Well, we're sort of just this way. What? No. Wait a minute. The finger was pointing this way. Over here. Yeah. Ooh, what's this? Apple cider. Okay. What? Maze is gonna get me, man. Hey, what's this? We found something. It's like a crypt. Hello. Oh, come on. I can't get in the door. Oh, I find a cool underground... I find a cool entrance to an underground crypt and I can't get in. Ranker says, hardcore to the mega. Thank you, Ranker. Oh, there it is.
That was fun. Can we do it again?
Oh, you liked that, Parvati, did you?
Timeline discrepancy detected nearby.
Yes. Ooh. There.
Analysis. Ground appears to be scattered with purpleberry seedlings. This particular strain is of a variety proprietary to Rizzos and should not be in common use.
We notice a glass bottle containing some of the seedlings half buried in the dirt. As we turn it over, we find a label on the bottom that reads, "Property of Carter Reynolds, botanist." Looks like the person who took the original didn't hide their tracks so well. We can leave the conversation. Display case plaque. Greetings and congratulations, visitor. You found your way to the center of the Purpleberry puzzle hedges and have earned this one-of-a-kind boon, the right to look upon a one-of-a-kind Rizzo's product free of charge. We encourage you to wonder at what the Spectrum original might taste like as you keep at least 3 feet away from the display case at all times. And we've got a Purpleberry Puzzle Hedges completion certificate. Congratulations, explorer. You've reached the center of the Purpleberry puzzle hedges. This certificate entitles you to a 5% discount on certain Rizzo's products at select Rizzo's vending machines. Note that promise of discount is non-binding. Any failure to find Rizzo's vending machines accepting said discounts are the responsibility of the holder, not the Rizzo's Corporation. Any attempts to force a discount or dispute the grounds of this certificate's discount will be prosecuted to the full extent of lethal force. Right. Captain Robin's spine. Is that a unique item? 543 one-handed melee weapon. Captain Lance Allaout's bravery and martial expertise were legendary, as was his twin brother's cowardice and ineptitude. When Lance's enemies began running away for fear of being felled by his blade, he decided to name his weapon after his brother. Right. Well, we need to head this way now. If we can find our way out. Quick save. Okay, that leads us back to the entrance to the crypt. Oh, that goes back to the crypt. Ranker says, anyone else get a tweaky vibe from the robot? From the voice? I'm not sure what tweaky is. Vicar Max with the melee. Do these guys not have long-range weapons? Are they out of ammo? Do I have to keep them equipped with ammo? Yeah, she's got a light machine gun. And he's got overheat. Wow. Pretty good heavy weapon. Well, maybe the situation just called for melee weapons. Alright, so we've got a bit of a garden plot here. Dead end. Oh, dead end. Jocelyn says, what do you call it when a beautiful woman tries to trick you into giving her a cysty pig? A bacon. Thank you, Jocelyn. And then Jessica says, Tweaky is from the original Buck Rogers TV show Ox. Oh, gotcha. Thank you. Oh.
I'll take your confession now.
What is this? Right, well with this I think we've explored every corner of this maze. Or not. Yeah. Okay. Bingo. Let's talk with the other one first.
Good evening. What did you see last Tuesday? Keep your voice down. Never know who might be listening.
I mean, she knows I'm not the guy. I didn't find a prize in the maze, but I did find a lead.
Better than a burning barrel filled with Spectrum Original bottles, I suppose. Follow your lead. Keep an eye out for fakes.
Okay. Ah, fresh air. Now, let's go up here. All right, let me switch back to my special delivery. Cedar Reynolds.
Hello again, youngster. You're certainly doing a lot of running to and fro. Don't overexert yourself. The wasp-ketos can smell weakness. Bleeding hell. Standing up like this makes the body forget how stiff it gets bent over plants all day. Oh, seems I'm not as young as I feel.
So I found this bottle at the heart of the puzzle hedges. It says it's yours.
Oh, there that damn thing is. Thank you. I guess this proves it's wise to label your things. Otherwise, some fool might use them as prizes in an ill-advised scavenger hunt.
Found it real close to where I should have found the Rizzo's original. Strange, huh?
I will admit, I did take the original, yes. But I did so to keep it away from those who shouldn't have it. It's safer in my hands. If you're here to get it, I might suggest you give up. I'm known to be quite a stubborn kid.
but we have a lot of options. What do you want the original for, we can say?
I didn't want it for anything. I needed to keep it safe. Rizzo's almost never makes mistakes, but offering a classified original product to the public for free? Any upstart might grab it and use it to make Rizzo's look bad, or steal it to make a new product offshoot, or, law forbid, start a lawsuit of some kind. Better I hold on to it.
Don't you think the mines and killer mechanicals were a bit of an overreaction?
The what now? I didn't order any mines or machines. I just paid Slug to encourage people not to enter the puzzle hedges. Figured they just dress somebody up like a primal and chase maze-goers, like we did after the Spectrum Black unveiling a decade back. Or maybe that was a real primal, I forget.
We can let him keep it. We can pass a lie check to say Administrator Ludovico requested that I retrieve the original. Are you going to be difficult? We can pass an intimidate check of 65 to say you can either hand over the original or I can rip it from your broken fingers. Or we can pass a persuade of 65 to say you taking the original makes it seem like Rizzo's lied about a prize, which is fraud. And that's the one we'll do.
Damnation, hadn't thought of that. Isn't my having it better than any random guest making off with it? I guess not, if it'll cause the company more trouble. Here's the original. Don't do anything with it that I wouldn't do.
All right. We've got Rizzo's Spectrum Original. Now, we just have to decide who to give it to. There it is, Rizzo's Spectrum Original. This is a bottle of Spectrum Original, the first Rizzo's Spectrum ever made. It is rather notably achromatic, colorless but not tasteless. Spectrum Original. Tell you what, before we decide, ooh, orange. Yeah, I got Spectrum Orange. Before we decide who to give it to, I don't know if it's going to affect the ending. So I can save it, keep it in my inventory until we're towards the end of the DLC, and then just before the ending, give it to one so that we can affect the ending and choose different options. Now, at the end of the spectrum, is that where I'm going to find more bottles? Yeah.
Back again, eh? I knew you couldn't resist my charms for long. Let me know if there's anything I can help you with. Unless you already have, and I've forgotten. In which case, I probably won't forget a second time.
I found a toxic mix of fertilizer and weed killer on some purpleberry saplings. Thoughts?
Why should weed killer affect saplings? Weed killer. It's in the name. It should kill only weeds. That really seems like it's more on product design than on me.
I found a strange substance on the processing console. That have something to do with you?
Well, maybe. I might have had a supersized cup of mixed purpleberry punch and lemon slap that I might have knocked over when I was running routine diagnostics.
It's the worst intern ever.
I know what you're thinking, but I have the proper permit to mix those drinks. I just left it in my other work uniform.
I don't know if I believe her, but she's really trying her best.
Hey, we have a lot of uniforms. It's hard keeping track of all your belongings.
You're more upset about the drink mix than the fried console?
Product experimentation without an R&D license is even more severe than damage to company property. Wouldn't want anyone thinking I'm making black market mixed drinks. But there's nothing to come clean about. I've just been doing my best out here.
Right, well that solves our optional objective. Let's see if we can find more of that vodka, because it did say that it was going to be in the storage house. Or that one was going to be sent to storage. Spectrum Vodka Green. And that's why some of these containers are not set to steel. It all makes sense now. All I need now is violet, right? Indigo and violet. Okay, I need indigo and violet. So we need to ask the Nut Hut vendor about Spectrum Vodka. And that's going to send us... Where's the Nut Hut? That's the Orchards Hotel. Probably over here somewhere. So that's the Purpleberry puzzle hedges, which we could turn in. Or maybe it's over there. Either way, let's go that way. Cillian upgraded membership to Gold Ox. Thank you, Cillian. And Coma Kills, welcome to Gold Ox. Thank you, Coma. Nut Hut.
Hi again. Might I recommend a Rizzo's Dark Matter bar? It's so dark not even light can pierce it. Isn't science wonderful? Now I'd love to get you something. Maybe a couple somethings? Whatever you like, I can sell it to you at a low, low price.
God, she's the creepiest person ever. Have you sold any Spectrum from the storage warehouse shipment?
Wow, what a strange question. I'm much too delighted to be suspicious. I sold lower-level Spectrums to workers from RR&DD Labs, Hive Control, and the Conservatory. Jacob's predecessor also splurged briefly on a bottle beyond his pay grade, and Black Hole Birdie bought my most expensive Spectrum when he visited. I wish he'd bought more. Oh, if you're looking for your own Spectrum, remember that you can always buy from the Nut Hut or the Grand Colonial Bar, so long as you have the bits to back up your taste.
Okay. Red, green, orange. Oh, no. Oh, they don't have any of the ones that I want. Shoot. Indigo and violet. Well, it's not telling me where they're going to be at. So. Birdie had one, though. So maybe when we interview Birdie, we'll be able to find one in his shack. There's a Purpleberry wine. Beans.
You're back, I see. Glad Slug hasn't managed to scare you off.
I think it's more of a wonder that nothing in these law-forsaken orchards has managed to kill them.
How's the investigation going? You got a complete report for me yet?
I've completed my investigation.
All right. Let's hear the details.
A drink was spilled over the processing console, shorting it out. An herbicide was mixed in with the fertilizer, which ended up killing the sapling. Or I took care of the roaming exterminator auto mechs. I mean, all of these are true.
A drink? I ain't ever heard of no saboteur dumping drinks all over equipment to destroy it. I hate to say it, but that sounds more like worker carelessness.
How many times do I have to tell you this, old man? Slug isn't behind your problems. Slug wouldn't even need to cause you problems. Your own workers do enough.
So we can go through all of them.
Ha! Knew Slug was behind the damn sabotage.
Please. We're subtle, but that's too subtle. If we wanted to destroy your saplings, you'd have known them by the blackened remnants of their stems, not some half-assed poisoning.
Huh. You didn't destroy any of them? Reckon I would have lost that bet. Thanks.
One less expense for you to explain to your bosses, Hathaway. Lucky you.
So what were the fine details of the sabotage anyhow? Were Slug's lackeys trying to get the mechanicals to kill all our waspitos?
Well, I mean, so we know a Slug employee released the waspitos to thwart us in our investigation. We'll do this one. You're worried that Slug is trying to mess with your livelihood.
Of course. And what better way to do that than by targeting our pollinizers? They'd be a hell of a pain to kill manually. But if you set the mechanicals to do it...
In your delusional fantasy, the waspitos wouldn't be out until next pollinization cycle. Wouldn't someone notice the rampant mechanicals beforehand?
That seems like a question you should be asking yourself.
Is there a way to manually initiate a pollinization cycle?
Well, yes. It's possible to manually start and end cycles in Hive Control, but we keep a careful watch on it. And there have been no non-Rizzo's personnel in or out.
Stop wasting everyone's time, Hathaway. What you're proposing is infinitely less likely than an idiot maneuver by one of your incompetent workers. I won't hear any further slander. Let's go through this one final time so even you can't confuse it, Hathaway. Slug didn't do a damn thing to your orchards. You're chasing ghosts.
Talk about ghosts all you like, but someone was screwing with my orchards. If it wasn't Slug, then who the hell was it?
Do we turn her in? I mean, it was all on accident, but she still accidentally did a bunch of stuff that could have gotten a lot of people killed. Do we really want to keep a person like that as an intern working here? Well, let's turn her in.
Summers? The intern? I didn't really take her for a meddlesome type. But now that I think about it, that's why she'd be a perfect saboteur.
Whoops.
I'll deal with her later. Right now, we of the orchards have to settle things with Slug. I reckon that you're about as impartial a third party as we're gonna get. Can you mediate?
Ah, what the hell. The orchardist seems to get off on complicating what should be a simple deal, but at this point, I just want to be paid and go. The pollen in the air is agitating.
You wasted Slug's time and tried to blame your screw-ups on them. Pay up. Slug's presence is making productivity in the orchards worse. Don't give them another bit. We can pass a persuade check to say Rizzo's will have bits to spare after the Brown unveiling. Could pay them with interest, or an intimidate of 65 to say, if either of you sprat jerks bicker for a second longer, I will rip your tongues out. Let's try the persuade of 65.
Never like paying bits if I ain't gotta, but you're right. If we get production finished now, we'll be able to pay later. Thoughts, Slug Boy?
I think that's the first interesting suggestion I've heard since our back and forth began. Slug can wait for an increase in costs. I hope we won't have this conversation again.
Now that that's out of the way, we can discuss the intern. If she was really causing all that trouble, I will delight in severing her from her job.
Keep her doing what she's doing. Fire her, or we can say... Gwendolyn says, cold, Ox. Anna was just trying to help. I know she was just trying to help, but she was trying to help and at the same time endangered the lives of everyone working here. So despite her good intentions, she still caused mischief. That said, we can not treat her like a criminal and instead say, your intern confessed to being inept. She honestly seemed like she just wanted to help.
Even if I were inclined to believe you, that's some damn severe incompetence you're talking about. I still wouldn't want someone like that working the orchards.
Perhaps you could be of use to each other.
What the hell are you proposing? Let her burn the orchards down while I stand behind her and applaud? We ain't got nothing to exchange.
The intern's an earnest worker. I bet she could do an excellent job with your guidance.
She wants to help, does she? You know what? I'll call your bluff. She can keep at it with close supervision, but if she screws up even once, she's out. Here's your pay, with a little extra for getting to the bottom of things. It's gonna be real interesting in the orchards for the foreseeable future. Thanks, I guess.
Thanks, I guess. Vukodlak says Anna is a saboteur. She's obscuring stupidity. I mean, yeah, she could be a saboteur. But all of the ways she chose to do sabotage seemed like they could very easily have been goofs, right? Like spilling juice, spilling soda pop on a console to short it out. I mean, yeah, it could have gone either way. Putting insecticide on a plant, if you really do, or weed killer on a plant, if you really do think that it only kills weeds, I can see someone making that as an honest mistake. Anyway. Oh, at the end of the spectrum takes us there. Let's go do it. John Lozana says that I missed a super chat. Sorry about that, John. He says, howdy, Ox. Just finished watching Scotch and Smoke Ring 600. Had a lot of fun. Doom Guy returned to... Spoiler alert. You didn't recognize the tomb? Spoiler alert. Just in case people missed it. I did, but the question is it a prequel to 2016 or not? If it's a prequel to 2016, then yeah, you know, he's coming out, etc. But if it's not, then what's going to come in store? Like, what's the next chapter? I don't know. Okay, let's go get that vodka at the groundskeeper's shack. The Dissident Queen, Chapter 1 continued. Ha ha! Are those Halcyon Helen and Typhon Tim I spy, crouching in the dark like terrified sprats? A fine job you two did on my ship. Most of my crew was torn to bits by the rampaging beasts. I have found you to pay you back. With interest. I say, we shall defer that payment, shouted Typhon Tim, and his hand flew to his holstered automag. Ere his fingers even touched the weapon's grip, he was struck 15 times in the face by a hail of bullets from Mercer's weapons, at which point he promptly expired. Helen, cool as usual in the face of death, hefted her bottle of nearly 100% meal grub-free Purpleberry liqueur and hurled it towards the villain. Her aim... she uses a bottle of liqueur to defeat the villain. Her aim was true as ever, and the projectile struck Mercer in the forehead, knocking him out so soundly he could not even utter a curse. "Fine aim, ma'am," said a woman close by, once the other patrons' cheers subsided, "though I must say I'm sorry for your friend." "As was I at first, but then I witnessed that lay in the wake of the bullets. Look." And as she gestured at what was left of Typhon Tim's head, something small and black began to wriggle amongst the gore. Oh, God. That's disgusting. Purpleberry juice. Purpleberry crunch. Purpleberry Spectrum Vodka Indigo. Yeah, I got the indigo. Right. One more to go. Violet. And that's going to be back at the hotel. Dylan Cooper says nothing like ending the day with a lukewarm thanks. Thanks, Dylan. Can I make that hotter? Thanks, Dylan. That's so awesome. I'm so glad. How can I make that colder? Thanks. Thanks, Dylan. Thanks. But seriously, thank you. Sir Johnston says, Ox, a cross between Jack Black and Seamus McFly. I don't know Seamus McFly, so sadly I can't piece that together. But I have been said that I sound like Jack Black before. Okay, that's everything over here. So that sends us back here for a momentary taste of Purpleberry. Where does this one go? No, this one. Where does this one go? Over there. Okay. Right. Let's turn that one in. It was the greenhouse, right? No. It's south of me. Dylan Cooper says I was making a joke about Hathaway, Ox, lol. Hathaway. Oh, is that the Devils Wear Prada? A Devil Wears Prada? Okay. Biomechanical or botanical operations. All right. The Dissident Queen, Chapter 3. Halcyon Helen commits regicide. Some hours had passed since Helen's entry into the Dissident hideout. She had fought no small number of slugmen, destroying the abominations in singular fashion, and had met several employees from many corporations, each forcibly taken by the Dissidents for use as test subjects. One such freed captive, who had called himself Hephaestus Harry, had accompanied her as she descended into the lair of the Dissident Queen. Helen had exchanged only a few words with him and now would be able to exchange no others, as the man now lay in a bloody heap at the foot of the Dissident Queen, who, Helen now saw, was not a person but a tremendous mutant slug. The dissidents who had apparently been guarding her were themselves quite dead and lay in various stages of mastication throughout the room. The queen feasted on Harry's remains, but as Helen stepped forward, the monster wriggled around to face her. "A true queen for a gang of parasites," Helen shouted. The dissident queen reared back, opening its mandibles wide, and gave an inhuman shriek that shook the very foundations of the base.
Timeline discrepancy detected nearby.
Hello. Ooh.
Analysis concludes. The losing player used an overly cautious strategy that led to an insurmountable deficit in points.
We can pass an intelligence check to say, didn't Vargas describe Evan as overly cautious? I guess it showed his play.
Slug discipline records show a half-dozen reports of illegal gambling in games of chance on company property. Perhaps there's evidence of an ante for this game?
I'll take a look around. Work assignment list. A slug employee's schedule. Under Crew C, Purpleberry Orchards and Connector Complex, someone has scratched out a name and replaced it with Evan O'Connell's. Well, there we go. And search room A2. That's going to be deeper in, isn't it? No, that's going to be... Let's finish exploring this place, though. Slug storeroom key. Oh, that goes to the Grand Colonial. So that requires the slug storeroom key. Let's quick save. Nothing. No slug storeroom key. Make sure I didn't miss it. Well, I bet you I'll find it in room A2. Broken elevator notice. Notice the Grand Colonial Hotel service elevator is out of order and will be for the foreseeable future. Please use the stairs to transport all equipment to and from the employee quarters until further notice. Additional liniments will be dispensed for those whose back pain becomes too severe to continue providing the impeccable service our hotel is known for. 1 second. Notice of promotion. Congratulations, employee and or addressee. You have been rewarded 1 free tour of the Rizzo's distillation and libation stations as a reward for logging at least 10,000 hours of service to the Rizzo's family. As you take your first sip of your choice of Rizzo's Spectrum vodka, remember to take a moment to experience gratitude. Jeez. Attention! The Grand Colonial Hotel is seeking a new volunteer engineer. Skills include elevator maintenance, electrical engineering, civil engineering, computer engineering, quantum engineering, knowing when to keep problems to oneself. The employee who accepts this position will be expected to carry out their existing duties at the hotel for no additional payment. Wow. Talk to your supervisor if interested during your 15-minute break. And don't forget, with more hours logged each week, the closer you get to winning the free tour. Wow. Julian Z says, Ox, if you want the slug storeroom key, I'll give a hint. Find the pool and talk to the guard near it. All right, will do. Thank you.
You, hear about the murder?
How the hell could I not have heard about it? We couldn't even leave our rooms earlier. What?
Can't imagine what it must be like. Living down here like sprats in a wall.
Red.
Get anything good for lunch?
Pea-free nut butter and jelly-free jam on premature bread. Wow! I haven't felt this great in ages.
Whoa. Out of order notice. Please excuse our mess. We're working hard to remove all of the valuable treasures our valued guests have misplaced into our pipes. Per usual, items recovered from the sewage inhaler will be auctioned off at the start of the month to employees at the Grand Colonial Hotel. Note that sanitation materials will be auctioned off as well. Happy hunting. Okay, so we came in there. There's a staircase leading up. And then this hallway with the door to the left. Hey! Room B1 keycard. Awesome. Well, that's what we get for examining every container.
Wow, you got that?
Okay, so that leads to a staircase going up. A1. Work IDs of Helen's sidekicks. This pile of cartridges contains the IDs of Halcyon Helen's sidekicks who were killed, mortally wounded, mulched, melted, torn to ribbons, decapitated, or turned into mechanicals in the line of duty or otherwise identified post-mortem. Typhon Tim, Olympus Opal, Terry to Terry, Sparks the Wonder Canid, Burbage's 1900 through 1999, Bolt Vonderhuge, Eridanos Eve, inconsequential groundbreaker maintenance worker number 13B9, Caleb, Bison the broker with 4 broken limbs, Halifax, the entire 26th season of the Tile Backers, IDs blackened beyond individual recognition, Stakeout Steve, Dirk Tenderly. So wait, the actors themselves all died during the shooting? Holy cow. Ooh. The Spectacular and Thrilling and Great Adventures of Alan Norville and Halcyon Helen, Chapter 45 and 137. And because the ever-resolute Lord Bellhop Elaine Norville had brought his automatic Spacer's Choice auto pistol, now with added explosive ammo, which he held in his bag, his big, muscular hands, the gigantic horde of rabid canids were all dead. Halcyon Helen, looking very beautiful as always, with her beautiful eyes and lips and nice shoes. This sounds like a fan fiction. She quickly grabbed Lord Bellhop Elaine Norville's hands. "Oh, thank you so much, Elaine," she sighed slowly, batting her beautiful eyes at him also slowly. "You are the best partner I have ever teamed up with. You were so big and strong and good at shooting. I wish I had had you with me from day one. Then maybe I would not have had so many dead sidekicks." "It ain't no big deal, Purpleberry cakes," chuckled Lord Bellhop Elaine Norville as he took a puff from his cigarette and blew the smoke from the barrel of his Spacer's Choice auto pistol at the same time. "I am just a wandering assassin. Being good at shooting stuff is only because I am part of my job." "Yes, you are, and you are so handsome," sighed the beautiful Helen. "Thank you," chuckled Lord Bellhop Elaine Norville. Just then, they started to go for a kiss. But wait! Just as the romance was about to happen, suddenly a hand had grabbed Elaine's leg. Helen screams, "Ah!" "It is me, the dissident lord. I am here to get you and take your bits and give them to everyone else for free," screams the dissident lord as the villain began to crawl out of the dirt. His zombie army was also crawling to the surface behind him as well. "I guess there's only one thing to do," sneered the heroic Lord Bellhop as he took a big Hammersmith flamethrower out of his back pocket that he had been keeping secret for just this occasion. "Time to make some dissident steaks." Oh, I love it. Splats.
Everyone all right?
A2.
Timeline discrepancy detected nearby. Inspector, I've detected a structural anomaly within a 0.8 meter radius of this locked door.
Oh no, we can't pass the perception check. Hold on, I've got perception gear on. I could... yes, of course, it's very obvious, we can say, but why don't you tell me what it is for dramatic effect?
Apologies, Inspector. This unit has not been programmed with a histrionics module. Dramatic effects are currently disabled.
Well, I can fix that. We can say, passing a hack check of 65. Let me just wire together a temporary histrionic simulator.
Histrionics mode temporarily activated. Now simulating dramatic effect. Look out, Inspector. This floor panel is 0.3 millimeters shorter than regulation length. Unauthorized modifications are afoot.
Oh, I'm so glad I chose that option. Well, I'll bear that in mind, we can say. perfectly normal floor panel. Underneath the loose floor panel is a slightly dirty key card for room A2, and we can take the key. Quick save.
Here they come!
Get up!
I'll fix you right up! Nothing personal, I swear.
All right, guys, you're crowding my space here. Everybody out. Oh, he's dead. And even though he's dead, we can still steal his stuff. It's still set to steal.
Timeline discrepancy detected nearby. Analysis confirms this is Evan O'Connell. Analysis also confirms he is dead.
No kidding. The man had a giant slug crawling on him, we can say.
Per additional study of this body's skeletal structure, the cause of death was head trauma.
Are you telling me that he wasn't killed by a giant murder slug?
That is correct. Evan was not killed by Eridanium gigaseus. However, Eridanium gigaseus do appear to be responsible for the early decomposition of this body's surface tissue.
Gross.
Further analysis indicates Evan's fatal injuries were sustained from blunt force trauma to the back of the skull, and his head collided with the ground.
We can check for signs if Evan was drunk.
Respiratory analysis concludes Evan was not intoxicated at time of death.
We can check for evidence of foul play.
There are traces of blood on Evan's hands, Inspector.
Whose blood?
Analysis concludes this blood is human, type A. Medical records indicate Evan O'Connell's blood is type O.
Sounds like he cut himself on someone else.
It is highly likely the blood is the result of an altercation.
I think it's time we talked to Ms. Stillwell.
If you wish to question Amelia Stillwell, Slug's scheduling records indicate that she is presently on duty at the Pilot House checkpoint.
All right, I need my shotgun for these close quarters.
I'm trapped in room A3. Please, someone come help me.
She's trapped in room A3. Okay, let's find a way to help her. Vodka red. All right, so we can't get through from A4.
I'm feeling weak. Please just open the door. I'm not sure how much longer I'll make it.
Okay, well, I can't open the door, so... Pardon me. Ah! Ha-ha! She's already dead? What? We just heard her talking. Oh.
I'm trapped in room A3. Please, someone come help me. I'm feeling weak. Please just open the door. I'm not sure how much longer I'll make it. The door's stuck. And I know I need to write a service request, but I can't get it under the door. Is anyone there?
Jeez. Burst ambulaton cap. The bit cartridge, half eaten by sprats. Oh! There's a hand in the toilet! Gnawed arm. Trace amounts of sprat saliva on this current stump. Former arm indicates the starving bellhop fed the starving creatures with her flesh. It's a shame she was unwilling to eat herself first. That is a shame. Golly. Hastily written note. To whom it may concern, please consider this note as a service request to fix A3's faulty door. I deeply apologize for not following proper protocols with this informal request, but my terminal is broken. Too broken to submit a service request form to fix it. I normally would never thumb my nose at our standard operating procedures, but I've been stuck in my room for several days now and believe I will likely starve to death quite soon. Well, I hope to hear from someone soon in regards to processing this urgent request. Thank you. Oh my God. Killed by corporate bureaucracy. Looks like we can't fix it. Well, sad story. More doors here. What's that? B3? An inactive terminal. What's this? Handwritten note. I have eaten the purpleberries which were in the refrigerator and which you were probably saving for breakfast. They were awful. Jerk.
Beep, beep, beep. Timeline discrepancy detected nearby. This collection of frozen food has not been restocked in some time. Many of these items are not available in the Grand Colonial and must have been brought in from outside. The fridge was transported here from one of the guest bedrooms upstairs.
Huh. We're getting lots of interesting clues, but piecing them together, I'm not painting a picture just yet. B4. Dartboard. Okay, so we explored all the A doors down here. Okay, so we now need to explore the B doors. This way. Whoa. Empty bottles of something. Spectrum Brown, I think I have that one though. Hey, removed wall panel. This wall panel has been removed. Judging by the scorch marks on the sides and the blowtorch abandoned on the floor, its removal does not conform to company guidelines. Surat says you can upgrade your lockpicking to 80, where it's almost instant whenever you lockpick. Thanks, that's my goal. Wait, did I level up? I think I did. Yeah. Oh, yeah, I've got 10 points. All right, let's get that to 80. Now, is there anything else that I can get up to? I've got 7 points left. I could get sneak up to 50. Or I could increase lie and intimidate, neither of which I use all that much. How's my long guns? Well, my long guns is only at 60. I've been putting all my stuff into dialogue skills. And I've completely ignored defense. My heavy weapons is at 70. It's all right. Well, let's get lie and intimidate to 50 at least. Oh. Why can't I? Oh. There we go. That's not going to get me to 80. I can get medical to 50. Let's just sneak. Gwendolyn says, I think you are at the max level. Use points as best you can. Thanks. Yeah, and I've never respected my character, so I might go ahead and do that at some point.
Here we go! Pass that armor!
Nice hit! Don't mess with us.
Thunderclap. Whoa, what's this? Spacer's Choice, one-handed melee, special effect knockdown. Not for quiet assassinations. Consider wearing earplugs. Ooh, cool looking hammer. After scoring a kill with this weapon, enemies near the target are concussed. 796, let's see if Parvati... Oh no, I'd have to upgrade it. Their melee weapons do way more damage right now. Brown and brown. If it's brown, drink it down. Janitor's private diary. Dear diary, my new living quarters are real swell, but I'm having a bit of trouble getting to sleep every night. Management kindly offered to board me up in the hallway while they commandeer my room for Spectrum launch storage. Since then, I swear I've been seeing things. Now I'm sure it's due to lack of sleep on account of the darned leaky pipe above my bed, but last night I saw something like a giant worm slither past me. Now don't get me wrong, I'm entirely grateful over all this space I now have, but I have to find a way to get some rest before I go completely mad. Julian Z says, Ox, you read the fanfic. You have to talk to Noraville. Yeah, I definitely will. The next time I see him. Okay, so that was B1. We've done all the Bs. This appears to be an engine room.
Excellent hit!
terminal. Ooh. Engineering terminal. Welcome our Motts. We can access door controls. Success. Engineers note you have accessed the Bob Mott's personal minimal effort door control protocol. If you're reading this message and you're not Bob Mortz, exit the console immediately and do not enter my personal quarters. We can unlock room C2. Success. Return to root. Access messages. Notice of termination. To R. Motts from Grand Colonial Hotel Management. Robert, this is to inform you that tampering with hotel property is unacceptable. You were not authorized to repair the malfunctioning time clock. I know you were eager to avail yourself of Rizzo's free tour in exchange for 10,000 hours on the clock, but you've forgotten where your loyalties lie. By accepting that free tour, you would have unwittingly agreed to become a part of the Rizzo's family. You're Slug, not Rizzo's. Or rather, you were Slug. I'm disappointed in you, Robert. Consider this message your termination notice, effective on receipt. So we got canned, but at least we opened his door. And it's C2, was it? Let's see if we can find it. C1. Doggone sprats everywhere. These poor employees. C2. Oh, we got a body. A Colonial Hotel uniform. That might come in handy. Engineer's final note. To whom it may or may not concern, I don't understand why I deserve to be terminated. I was your engineer. I fixed things. Your time clock was malfunctioning. You were logging 1 hour for every 10 I put in. How is that fair? And yeah, I admit it, I wanted that free tour of the distillery. I put in my 10,000 hours, and I deserved to wet my throat with a little Spectrum Violet. I didn't know accepting that free tour meant I joined the Rizzo's family. You know I can't read fine print ever since that welding accident. I don't know what I'm supposed to do now. Catch a freighter back to the Groundbreaker? Sublight won't pick me up. So I guess that means I'm going to go talk to Mr. Ludovico, hat in hand, and beg him to employ me. Sorry, I take that back. I won't have my hat in hand. I turned that in with the rest of my personals. It was a stupid hat anyway. Motts. Well, if Motts wrote that and then went to Ludovico, whose body is lying here? Hotel guest. That's a big spread of unusual size. SOUS. Love the Princess Bride reference. Oh my gosh. He's eating a bellhop.
You got it, Captain! Never anger a man of the cloth!
I think he's dead, guys. Or not.
That's the last one.
Jeez. That was one tough sprat. Holy cow. Oh, and look what was in his belly. A Corporation Service Award and a jeweled ring. He's eaten a lot of guys. Well, how did hotel guests get back here? Welcome to Bronze Ox, Finton C. Thank you very much, Bronze Ox. Or thank you very much, Finton C. And this is the last one on C. Yeah. That's C3 though, so we've still got C4. Oh, there was a window back there. Steel champion tossball stick. Doesn't appear to be special, really. That's about it. All right, so those are the crew's quarters. Wow. Well, we've got 2 staircases leading up now. All right.
Me, oh my, how exciting to see you again. This truly has been a day to end all days. I could die happy. Anything you'd like to discuss?
Looks like that's it. So it just brings me up behind her to her little cubicle. Cool. Okay, so let's see what's up that other staircase.
Are you enjoying the amenities?
Oh. Broken elevator notice. I think this is what we read at the bottom. We're in the kitchen.
Timeline discrepancy detected nearby. Analysis of this stovetop reveals an alarming degree of grease buildup, approximating proximity to volatile gases and chemicals. Chances of an explosive combustion upon next use currently at 92.9%.
Oh, God. This seems like a workplace hazard. How hasn't Slug caught this?
Searching Slug work logs. No work log found. Creating conjecture. Slug has likely not fixed this issue due to a lack of responsibility on the part of their employees.
Is this normal?
Most corporations have regular cleaning procedures to prevent damage to company property. Slug, already unlike most corporations in a variety of ways, does not. That or the employees tasked with inspecting are shirking their duties. For shame.
We can turn it on.
Wait, bad idea!
Performing scan. Gaslight appears to have gone out some time ago. Chance of explosive combustion without gaslight, 0.01%.
Okay, I guess we can leave. Well, oh, come on. You know I was going to do that, guys. It's not working. So somebody cooked something on a stove with a high fat content. We're just going to have to keep all of... all of these clues in our head for later. Because I can't piece them together just yet. Okay, we're back here. All right. The body's gone now. Well, I wonder if we can talk to the bellhop about his fan novel. He's got to say something. Norville!
You've returned. Hope you're finding the hotel to your liking. Now, what can I lend a hand with?
Well, well, well. If it isn't Lord Bellhop Elaine Norville himself.
What? Oh, Laws, you didn't find my story, did you? Sakes alive, that's embarrassing as all hell. I guess I should have hid it better. Well, since there's no way to put the leather boa back in the skinning machine, I might as well ask. What did you think?
Oh, this poor guy. With all of the adjectives that he has to describe things. Well, let's see. It was extremely entertaining. I enjoyed reading it. It was readable. I was able to read it without my eyes melting out of my head. I guess that's good. Or maybe it'd be better if you never write anything ever again. Well, I'm going to be honest. It was awful, but it was also extremely entertaining, and I enjoyed reading it.
And my old man said I never amount to anything. Move over, board announcement writer 256. Norville's coming for your job.
Yeah, we'll see about that. Okay, well, we've done quite an investigation. A lot has changed since we were last here. To complete Purpleberry, we now need to go to report to Administrator Ludovico. We need one more bottle of vodka, and we're going to get that. Weren't we supposed to find that in room 8? No. Yeah, weren't we supposed to find that in room 8 No, that's what this A2 was about. We were supposed to, the other bottle was from that one actor, Birdie or something. The stickball player. So we need to question Amelia Stillwell. Let's see where that is on the map. It's not inside. Okay, we'll do that after we head up to talk to Ludovico.
Aha! Always so nice to hear you, Inspector. I'll get you to your floor on the double. Next stop, the finest seat in the house.
Gwendolyn says you have an evidence board in your penthouse room. That's right.
Hey, I've been ready to confront that guy. I was just gonna wait until he really embarrassed himself.
Oh, sweet gibbering law. Where'd you come from? Sorry, let me just get back in character. Whoa, it's not what it looks like.
Give me one reason why I shouldn't kill you, we can say.
Easy, friend. No need to get violent. There are as many reasons to spare my life as there are flavors in Rizzo's Spectrum vodka. I'll give you 2 reasons. First, I am a valuable asset to the Rizzo's Rangers Tossball Enterprise. And secondly, I'm just here doing a job for a VIP. Mascot's honor.
What kind of job?
I am acting on behalf of Mr. Black Hole Birdie, the Holmeister, the Hack Attack. I don't have a lot of time, but Mr. Birdie sent me to retrieve a message. Something he recorded for Ms. Bellamy while he was off his kilter.
Yeah, we saw that. Well, why are we gonna lie? We did read it. It was the holo message we heard, right? Well, then why is it listed as a lie here? Max Buckley with a tip. Thank you, Max. Let's say, what's the hurry? We've got time. Tell me everything.
It's extremely difficult for me to tell you no. In fact, I'm experiencing enormous mental anguish right now.
I bet you are.
Will you meet me later, over at the pilot house? I swear, from the bottom of my employment contract, I will tell you everything I know about Ms. Bellamy's demise.
Later? No. No, he leaves this room. Someone's going to find him and murder him. I need to get what's in his head now. So we're going to try intimidating him. Tell me what you know, or they'll have to rinse your remains out of that mascot outfit.
What? But I can't. Please don't hurt me. I'm sorry. I can't. Not here. I'm sorry.
He's going to get murdered.
The pilot house complex.
No.
Meet me there, and I'll tell you everything, I swear.
He's going to get murdered. Come on, no. I want to talk here. You're going to die, guy.
The pilot house complex. Meet me there, and I'll tell you everything.
He's going to die. I'm calling it now. He's dead. Where's my evidence board? So have I not found? Oh, here's all of the stuff that I found so far. Let's examine our suspects. Who could have killed Halcyon Helen? What was their motive? Let's look at Bertie Halcomb. Black Hole Bertie Halcomb, the Holmeister, the Hack Attack. Bertie was dating Helen at the time of her death. Could the hot-headed hacker be a cold-blooded killer? Let's examine the broken tossball stick. A ruined picnic at the Purpleberry Orchards. A tossball stick snapped in half. Were they arguing? Did Bertie lose control of his temper? We can consider the other suspects. Let's take a look at the Prophet of Profitability. Jasmine Leva, the Prophet of Profitability. Her seminars on wealth, prosperity, and the ailment of one's humors attract wealthy Byzantines to Eridanos. Does the heart of a vicious killer lurk beneath her spiritual veneer? Well, considering we've not even gone down that pathway yet, we don't have any evidence. Well, we have the seminar brochures. What prevents you from unlocking your true potential? Natural talent, mental faculties, crippling anxiety? No, says Jasmine Leva. Your humors must be realigned with the profitable currents of the universe. It's difficult to imagine why Helen might have held the prophet in contempt. You can take a step back. Let's examine the list of victims. There is a killer loose on Eridanos. Let's examine Halcyon Helen. Ruth Bellamy, universally known by her role as Halcyon Helen, Princess of Periodicals and Duchess of Dramaturgy. Helen was killed in the Grand Colonial Hotel ballroom. Let's examine Dr. Blossom. Dr. Leora Blossom, head of research at the RR&DD labs located in the Purpleberry Orchards. Dr. Blossom's lab was under attack by her own technicians. During the chaos, an unknown assailant murdered her. You listened to her final moments over an intercom. And that's it. So we take a step back. Let's consider the Eridanos atmospheric complex. After Helen's murder, authorities placed a lockdown on all incoming and departing spacecraft. We are, as far as we know, the only exception. Let's look at the Purpleberry Orchards. The Purpleberry Orchards are responsible for growing and cultivating the Rizzo's proprietary purpleberry, an essential ingredient in the majority of Rizzo's confections and beverages. Rizzo's workers seem uncomfortably happy all the time. Let's look at the Rizzo's Research and Development Lab. The Rizzo's RR&DD lab, formerly occupied by Dr. Leora Blossom. Helen's trail led you to the RR&DD lab, but when you arrived, something had driven its lab technicians to a violent frenzy. And we can take a step back. We can consider additional evidence. Loose ends, critical clues, and red saltuna. Let's take a look at the model needler gun. This is an exact replica of the Needler, Helen's signature weapon. We discovered traces of chemicals in Helen's upturned luggage. Someone removed the Needler from her belongings. Okay. I guess that's it. We need more clues. Well, let's get Ludovico on the horn. He's going to give us access to the other rooms in the hotel. And then we'll finally get our hands on the last bottle of vodka. Finton C says, "Hi, haven't watched your vids in a while, but wanted to say thank you because I used to watch you all the time. You helped make me into the person I am today. Just thank you. Now, got a lot to catch up on." Finton, you're extremely kind and gracious. I'm glad that you enjoyed my videos, and I've got a whole lot more for you to watch now. I hope you stick around and watch what I've got. Random Video Guy 93 says, "Hello, just wanted to say thanks for your Fallout 3 guide to finding the family of cannibals. I would have never found them, so thank you. You are indeed welcome." I had a lot of fun with that particular that particular quest. It was the Meresti Station, wasn't it? Yeah, it was fun. James Ross says, "Hey, Oxen friends, just an FYI, Parvati and Aloy from Horizon Zero Dawn are voiced by the same actress, Ashley Birch." That's right. I remember having that piece together when I was doing my Horizon Zero Dawn playthrough. Quick save.
I understand there was an incident at the orchards. The pollination cycle began without my authorization. Fortunately, you managed to save most of the hive. The wasp-ketos are essential to the orchards, you see. Losing them would have cost us months of production.
And we can pass a perception check to say, and more than a few lives. That doesn't bother you?
The orchards can be a dangerous place, but my workers understand the hazards. Something about this incident troubles me. The circumstances are suspicious. But let's concentrate on the matter at hand. Have you discovered anything?
We can reach for a cigarette and say, "The plot thickens, Administrator."
You have my attention.
Dr. Blossom is dead. Murdered by an unknown killer.
That's deeply upsetting. Dr. Leora Blossom was an extraordinary scientist and a friend. We have a murderer on the loose, Inspector. As if the death of Halcyon Helen wasn't enough of a blow to our facility.
Well, we do know that she recognized the killer, but we don't want him to start racking his brain just yet. There could be consequences for that. So we'll say, let's not leap to conclusions. I don't know who's behind her death.
I wish you'd give me a little more information, Inspector. Leora was a friend. But I promised to leave this investigation in your hands, and so I shall. If there's anything else you'd like to share, you have my attention.
Helen insisted on touring the Rizzo's RR&DD lab.
Insisted? That's interesting. We'd scheduled a tour of the lab for Helen. Purely a public relations event to be held sometime in the indeterminate future. Then again, Helen and I were not well acquainted. I can't speak to her intentions.
What were you going to show her during the tour?
Little of consequence. We'd tour the grounds, pause at some locations appropriate for a portrait, let her shake hands with our scientists. Public relations.
Well, we don't want to give him any information that her ex-boyfriend might be involved, so we'll say, all I know is that she was there before she died.
You haven't provided me with much information, but I understand that you're avoiding conjecture. Thank you for bringing this to my attention. Was there anything else?
Someone stole data from one of your terminals in research and development.
That's troubling, to say the least. Any transfer of proprietary data is strictly prohibited without my permission.
Ooh, we can pass a perception and a hack check to say you can't steal that much data without an expensive cartridge. Our thief had resources.
A clever deduction, Inspector. That gives us a little information to work with.
This happened just before the Waspsquito attack. Someone was trying to stop me.
Yes, I share your suspicions. Someone didn't want you following their trail. This feels like more than corporate espionage. Someone's playing with us, Inspector. And I have never in my life enjoyed games. Did you discover anything else?
I'll let you know if I hear anything else.
This incident at the orchards must be connected to Helen's murder somehow. I don't know how, but I feel it in my marrow. My apologies, Inspector. This case is under your jurisdiction, not mine. I leave it in your hands. When you're ready, I suggest a word with the hotel coroner. She should have finished her autopsy by now.
If we tell Ludovico that there was a mascot in our room, will that get him killed? I don't want to risk it. I'm not going to tell anyone that the mascot was in my room until after I talk with him myself. But he's going to die. Mark my words, we're going to find him dead. All right, so we need to go to the coroner. Vestige says, love your vids, Ox. Much love from the UK. Thank you, Vestige. Very kind. A donation. And then Finton C says the aliens from Fallout 3 are coming back. Are they really? I hope so. I like them. They're a lot of fun. Right. Well, we've got this side quest that we need to do. That brings us outside the hotel, though. This is weird. Before the expansion, I never remember the maps taking this long to load. Prince of Tossball takes us way over there. Wasn't there another one? Oh, yeah. The strange disappearance of the Watchman. The man who chafed? What's the man who chafed? Oh, that's the autopsy. That's the mascot. Okay, we're not going to do that one just yet. Let's go. I'll save the product of profitability for last. I want to find out why this Watchman disappeared. It could be... I mean, we found him dead in A2. It could be that the murderer struck him as well. Let's do that. Then we'll do the man who chafed. How am I doing on time? Well, I've got a few minutes left. Oop.
Aha! Always so nice to hear you, Inspector. I'll get you to your floor on the double.
Can we go to the VIP guest floors yet?
Oh, so sorry, but you're not actually authorized to visit that floor. What authorized floor can I bring you to?
Martin says, did you ask your companions about the murder case? No, do they have dialogue?
I call the big bed. Anyone wants to challenge me, we can play a hand of cards.
Of course, Ellie, of course.
Do you think it's strange that I kind of miss Ada?
A little bit.
Even the air in here feels too sweet. Almost sticky.
Cereals are used by the board to control what the colonists think about reality. Quite a powerful thing.
Propaganda.
So this is what a clean room smells like.
Poor Felix. Where's Sam? There he is, tending the bar.
Sam's Special Inspector add-on includes a magnifying glass to sleuth out the germs and parasites that other cleaning products leave behind.
Thank you, Sam. I don't suppose they'd give me the vodka I want here, huh? That's Spectrum Red, the most easily accessible one. Any new messages? Guest advisories? Your safety is your responsibility. In light of recent unfortunate events regarding the passing of a beloved cultural icon, we at the Grand Colonial have doubled the number of armed guards for only a small security surcharge. Surcharge is non-refundable. The Grand Colonial is not responsible for death or dismemberment that occurs off hotel grounds. Right, let's go find out more about poor Evan.
Aha! To the lobby we go!
Ninja says you need to talk to them while you're out and about, Ox. Oh. Okay.
I welcome our opportunity to discover who killed Miss Bellamy, but I fear the common serial theme of inspectors meting out justice is as flimsy as their unconvincing storylines. As always, I am at your disposal. Something vexing you, Captain?
That's it.
I can't believe Miss Helen's gone. It feels like it's going against the laws of nature somehow. I used to watch Helen's serials. She'd fall into mortal peril every couple episodes, but she always lived in the end.
I'm glad I could take you to see Eridanos. How does it feel?
Breathtaking. Have you looked over the edge of the complex yet? Just watch the clouds turning? It's like an ocean without end.
It really is something.
Eridanos and Olympus are the two biggest planets in Halcyon. King and queen of the sky. Looking out to the horizon, I get this feeling that we're in the company of royalty. Eridanos is 100 times the mass of Terra 2. 800 times the volume, 10 times the diameter. We're flying through the tiniest layer of habitable atmosphere. Sometimes I can't believe how small my world used to be. My horizons were about as wide as the walls of Edgewater.
Atomic Gaming says, no, don't check the time. Just stay and play games with us. Evil laugh. Well, I wish I could, but I do have a hard stop here coming up. And now look at you, on top of the world, we can say.
Yeah. We've come a long way. Yeah? I mean, what do you need? Captain? Mr. Sir?
Right.
The brochure never mentioned.
Ah, this is going to take us to that sealed door that we couldn't get through earlier. Right? Yep. The Grand Colonial Hotel Crew Quarters Terminal. Hello, Sublight Underground Agent. This is a reminder to please limit any and all racketeering to the employee-only areas of the warehouse. Thank you. We can view the lockdown alert. Alert to all Sublight Underground agents until further notice the Eridanos atmospheric complex is under lockdown. No person is permitted to arrive or depart from the complex without explicit permission from Mr. Kincannon. We can view logs. Vargas, work log. Just got notified that all of Eridanos is locking down. Something bad must have transpired in the hotel. My scars are aching, which can only mean one thing. There are about to be security issues enough to be a massive void-damned pain in my posterior. From what I've seen, every bridge is locking down without my help. Talk about a surprise. Except for the one leading to the Purpleberry orchards. I'm headed out there to make sure it's done right and to crack some skulls if needed. If you're a slug agent and you're reading this, get your ass to the landing pad. If some uppity Byzantine gets out of here on a ship, it's going to be all our hides. Then we can read Stillwell. It's his Stillwell here giving her support. Here it goes. Here's the report. Hey, boss. Eat it. Ha, 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 ha. Any of you seen a bottle of Spectrum Indigo? Don't touch it. It's mine. Ooh, she likes her Spectrum vodka. Work log O'Connell. Evan O'Connell reporting. Patrolled bridge leading to Wilderness Exploitation Reserve for 8 hours, 14 and a quarter minutes. Exchanged shift with operator Stillwell, 14 and a quarter minutes late. Patrolled landing pad for 8 hours, slept for 4 hours. Slated to return to Wilderness Exploitation Reserve Bridge for today's shift. Well, this was a fastidious employee, and sadly, the only one to die. We can hack the safe, but there's nothing in it I want. Vargas.
Inspector, you find my missing man?
Are you in charge of slug security?
Nah, I only manage operations around the hotel. Cedric does most of the maneuvering for Eridanos proper. I don't envy him. The only thing worse than babysitting a couple of hot-headed, overgrown children would be babysitting the entire lot of them.
If you hate managing people so much, why don't you ask for a transfer?
Situation's a little more complicated than you think. Suffice it to say, I'm not inclined to question Slug's place for me anytime soon.
Hiding something, huh?
I feel like our relationship would be more copacetic if you dropped this line of questioning.
We can pass a persuade of 65 to say, do I look like a reasonable person, or do I look like someone who'll keep pestering you until you snap?
Oh, good. And here I was thinking that today was going along too smoothly. I might have used to work for Auntie Cleo. Might have been security manager of a small pharmaceutical lab. After workplace spat number 175, I decided to defect. Defection isn't taken lightly. Can't go back, so now I'm slug for life.
Before I tell her that O'Connell's dead, I want to see if there was an optional part of this quest. Yeah. We need to question Amelia Stillwell. Questioning her could reveal there's more to the sad story. Okay, so before we report it, let's go question. Amelia Stillwell. Ugh. Really?
Hope you've been enjoying your stay.
What the? What the? Don't mess with me! Here we go!
I'll fix you right up! Sorry!
Parvati's the best. Spectrum Vodka Red.
Non-slug personnel aren't permitted on the pilot house. Can I help you with something?
I need to ask you some questions regarding your coworker, Evan O'Connell.
Sure. He in trouble or something?
Yes, I'm afraid he's dead.
You're kidding! Evan's dead? That doesn't... I don't understand. Can I ask what happened?
You tell me. You're the one who took him to A2.
Because he got drunk on the job. He was supposed to haul crates with me, but he was sauced. So I took him to the hotel to sleep it off. Left him on one of the beds in A2. He seemed fine.
We can pass a persuade check to say, Emilia, I know something bad happened to you in A2. I want to help.
You won't believe me if I tell you.
I found a giant slug on Evan's body. This case is already unbelievable.
You what? Well, shit. Maybe you will believe me. I walked Evan to A2, like I said. And then, out of nowhere, he just came at me. One minute he's laughing and yelling about sharing his joy. And the next, he's choking the life out of me. Grinned the whole time he was trying to kill me, too.
How'd you get away?
Dumb luck, I guess. I got a good hit in, threw him off, and ran like hell. If I'd known the fall killed him, I don't know. I should have told someone.
A few more questions.
What do you want to know?
Why didn't you tell anyone Evan attacked you?
Because Evan would never attack anyone. I barely believe he attacked me, and I was there. Guess it shook me up pretty good. Evan's always been a total sweetheart. I don't get it.
I found slugs on Evan's body. Big ones. Any idea what that's about?
I can't help you there.
Well, we can pass an intimidate check of 105 to say Spacer's Choice is thinking of modeling a new weapon based on my fists. Just saying.
Have you been to Purpleberry Orchards, Inspector? Awfully nice out there. You should visit.
Only cowards talk in riddles.
Well, think it over.
You said Evan was drunk, but I didn't find any alcohol in his system.
Law, this is making less and less sense. I didn't actually see him drink, if that's what you're asking. Just seemed like the logical explanation, considering how weird he was acting.
I mean, so clearly it was one of those parasites from the Purpleberry Orchards. Let me guess, big smile, way too happy, barely coherent.
Wow, you're pretty good at this Inspector thing.
So how are you holding up?
I don't know. The whole thing shook me up something fierce, but I'm still here. I'm upset. Angry at Evan. Sad about him being... Scared folks won't believe me. I'm not much for math, so I couldn't tell you how that averages out. But thanks for asking.
That's it.
So, what happens now, Inspector?
Well, clearly she was just defending herself. Clearly she's hiding something. She thinks there's a connection between Purpleberry Orchards and what happened to Evan. We think so too, due to the parasitic nature of the employee morale system that they've got going on. Well, I'm not here to get you in trouble. I just want to untangle this web.
Fair enough. I just wish I could understand why he did what he did. Evan is... He was my friend. Or I thought he was. I don't know. I hope you're able to make more sense of this than I can, Inspector.
Okay, so that updates the question, Amelia part, but we're not getting another quest log to go to the Purpleberry Orchards. We just need to go back to Vargas. Well, let's go back to Vargas then. We've already explored Purpleberry orchards everywhere. If there was anything else about Evan's death, we would have found it. All right, let's go tell Vargas. It'll probably, now that we've talked with Amelia, it probably unlocks more dialogue options. It'll give us an option to further inspect the case rather than get her into trouble, I think. Quick save.
Inspector, you find my missing man?
I found O'Connell. He's dead.
Shit. That's fucking inconvenient. What happened?
Well, let's try telling her the truth to see if it leads to opening up the quest to find out what really happened. He attacked Amelia Stillwell, who unintentionally killed him in self-defense.
No shit. I gotta tell you, Evan's never been written up for so much as an impolite look. He attacked her? You sure?
I'm satisfied she's telling the truth.
Damn. Okay.
Also, Evan was covered in slugs when I found him.
That's unusual, but I don't see how that factors in.
Well, why? You wanted the facts, that's what I found.
Noted. Just as I will note what you found in my report, which I intend to file, and then never look at again. Thanks for chasing Evan down and saving me some legwork. Of course, now I gotta figure out who the fuck's replacing Evan. A new day, a new pain in my ass.
Alright, well, quest's done. I am pretty satisfied that she did it in self-defense. I mean, she's the one who gave us more information about Evan's character than anyone else, saying that he was a sweetheart and that he would never hurt a fly. Why would somebody who claims to have killed someone in self-defense but really murdered him then go on to say that he was a gentle person, right? It wouldn't make sense. So she must be telling the truth. Okay, so next we've got The Man Who Chafed. Speak with Dr. Goodnight to discover what she may have learned from Helen's autopsy. That takes us back to the hotel. Oh, there's the body. Oh, look at her face. Jeez. It's just like in the video where she was killed. It's the same facial expression. Let's see. Well, we can talk to Dr. Goodnight. Quick save.
Inspector, not a moment too soon. I've just finished my autopsy report.
Let's hear it.
Ruth Bellamy was killed by plasma damage to the upper vertebrae, the occipital bone, and the cerebellum. If it's any consolation, her death was instantaneous and painless. I've also discovered a poisonous compound in Miss Bellamy's stomach lining ingested during her last meal. Toxic, but not enough to kill her. Spencer Woolrich complained of a stomach ailment around the same time period. I assumed he was being, Spencer. But now I'm not so sure.
You sure it wasn't just the hotel food?
The thought occurred to me. I tested this hypothesis by vacating the contents of my stomach and testing for the presence of the same toxin. Slightly elevated levels of mercury and an alarming amount of blue food coloring. But other than that, no. I'm certain it wasn't, as you put it, just the hotel food.
When we were talking, you called her Ruth Bellamy, not Halcyon Helen.
Oh, how curious. I do believe you're right. I wonder if this has something to do with the autopsy process. She was Halcyon Helen up until the moment I brought her to the operating table. But as soon as I cut her open, I stopped thinking of her as Halcyon Helen. It's almost as if she stopped being an icon and became a human being.
Well, I guess that makes sense.
I had a feeling you'd understand.
I noticed you had patient logs on your terminal.
I do keep logs of every patient I treat. Despite appearances, I'm not merely a coroner. I'm also the Grand Colonial's only, and therefore greatest, doctor.
Well, you sound pretty happy with your work.
I'm very pleased with my work. Cedric Kincannon is an outstanding employer. What I'm about to tell you, do me a favor and keep this between us.
We can lie and pass a dexterity check to cross our fingers behind our back. Inspector's honor.
That's what I like to hear. I'd much rather work for Slug than Rizzo's. Rizzo's makes a great show about the happiness of its workers, but I think it's all rather artificial. I'm paid well. I work hard. I'm given respect and a reasonable degree of freedom. Cedric Kincannon runs a tight ship. Most of us enjoy working for Slug.
I'll bear that in mind, thanks.
Will there be anything else?
We'll talk later. Well, poor Ruth Bellamy. Or Halcyon Helen. So now we need to speak with what's-his-name. See if we can gain access to that level of the hotel.
The Grand Colonial Front Desk warmly welcomes you, Inspector. It's a pleasure to see you again. How may I be of assistance to you, Inspector?
I thought the penthouse was being cleaned for my stay, but it's a pigsty.
Oh, my. Well, that is certainly odd and alarmingly unacceptable. Allow me to check the service records. Ah, yes. Not to worry, Inspector. It was indeed cleaned for you. Except for the evidence, which is all of Helen's stuff.
That makes sense. Look, I need access to the VIP guest floor.
I'd love to, Inspector, but I don't really have the authority. Moreover, the guests were promised exclusivity. If I let you up there, I'll never hear the end of it.
We could pay nearly 500 bits. Ooh, it looks like you dropped these. Pass a persuade check. Or an intimidate check. Let's try to persuade her by saying the only guest who'd have a problem with me being up there would be the murderer.
That's a good point. If they give me guff, I can just tell them that they're obstructing justice. That has a nice ring to it. Let me just set you up with VIP guest floor access.
All right.
Done. You can now come and go as you please.
Awesome. Now we can talk to the other actors, get that last bottle of Spectrum vodka, and move on with the primary plot. But sadly, I am all out of time. We'll pick up with the mystery of the murder on Eridanos in an upcoming episode. Probably Monday is what I'm thinking. We'll kick Cyberpunk aside for a little bit until we complete this DLC. We'll continue with this on Monday and then Wednesday if we haven't finished it. But in the meantime, I'm working on a Fallout Tactics lore video that I should have ready for you by tomorrow, assuming I get enough work on it done tonight. That's a big F, but I think I can do it. Aside from that, have a wonderful rest of your Friday, a restful and happy weekend, and I'll see you Monday morning with the continuation of the murder on Eridanos. Bye-bye now.